Hi everybody. Helen has asked me about time management. So you know what? It was really good timing because this morning it's, just one of those mornings where there's a whole range of things going on. So one of the things with time management that I often do is I try to do two things at once if I can. So this has been up here for a little while now. I've got to get to that this week. So I've done all of this. This is some of the strategy stuff I've been working on with some of you guys. So I've done all of this. And I've taken photos of this, so that's like my documentation. So anything that you write down, make sure you take photos. Now I use Google Drive for storing things, so I just quickly send it off to a Drive document, and then then you just know where to find it later, and it doesn't clog up your phone and all sorts of things. So doing a few things at once. Now working with the children, that's a different thing. So look, I have a couple of different ways of looking at, like with long day care. Absolutely, I think children's needs and their routines and absolutely should be priority. And with family day care, that's not always possible because you're on your own, and if you've got to take a child off to kindergarten, and if you've got to do I don't know, you might have to go quickly and through the day and do something. Anyway, there's a whole range of reasons why as a family day care educator you come in and out of your program, whereas that doesn't happen in long day care. So one of the things with time management is that routine that you need. So you know that you need to be in the car, out the door by 8:45, whatever that is, whatever. So you've got to have your routine. When you get new children in there, you try and build them into your routine as best as you can, so that children's needs within that routine can be met. And that, let's say you do have a baby, if you can push them back a little bit for like a morning sleep for maybe 15-20 minutes when they're with you, so when you get back from the school drop off they go to sleep, they're not overtired, they're not going to bed too early, all those sorts of things. So there's a whole range of things that we need to look at broadly with time management, and your broad routine is definitely one of them. The other things that I would say, it's like, and those of you who know me know I'm terrible in the kitchen, but one thing that I learned from people who always tried to help me with cooking and preparation and all that sort of stuff was just pack and sort as you go. So you use the pot, you've got on that, you give that a wash, you do whatever. The same thing goes for early childhood spaces. If they use a puzzle, the child use a puzzle, and they may put it back correctly, they may not, you may not see who left that piece out. When you're tidying that up, and we do talk about the value of resetting your spaces too, so that children are continually coming back to an activity that's engaging and that's attractive and all those sorts of things. So that's another video. But I do talk about how the importance of that and how to make that work for you. So anyway, you've got to pack up the puzzle, grab the puzzle, pop the piece in what I call a sort tin. So you might end up by the end of the day with 3 or 4 different things that you just, I'll do that later, Make sure you do that. That sorting tin, you put your puzzle back, you put that back, you put that back, that's already your sorting done. And that's only a couple of minutes a day. Whereas when you look at, if you let that get away with you, I'll just pop it there, I'll just pop it there, I'll just pop it there, then that storeroom or that store area, it gets away from you very quickly in any kind of education and care. I go into family day care educators' homes where you can see the cupboards that used to be really stored, and you can see it's the end of the week, sometimes you can see it's the end of the month, sometimes you can see that it's worse, but you can see that hasn't been sorted regularly. So that's one of my biggest tips with time management. Time management is also, partnerships and collaboration with families. Make sure families put the first layer of sunscreen on their children in the morning, so that's something that you don't need to do. You can top them up, when that's needed. So, work with the families about getting that done. Generally speaking, it's always the unspoken law that children come if they're in nappies. Children come and are left in clean nappies. So should that child have a dirty nappy on the way into care, I kind of think it's reasonable that the parent changes that nappy before they leave. However, I do think it's reasonable that should that happen just as the parent walks in the door at the end of the day, if that should happen to you, if the child is okay with you doing it, if the parent's there, then I think that would be up to you. If the child wants the parent, obviously the parent's child would do that. So things like that. So getting your parents involved is another way that you can really assist with your time management, getting things done. And I can't stress this enough for particularly educators in family day care. Stick to your policies, because if you say to parent number one day, oh, parent number one, yes, you can do whatever. And then parent number one talks to parent number three and they go, oh, well, why did you do that? Why can't I do that? So stick to your policies as best you can, because that makes you fair and equitable across the board. So they're the tips, and that makes implementing things easier. That's why I've popped that one into this video. So you can say to people, well, it's our policy that you've got to return your documentation within a week of receiving it. It's our policy that you've got to make sure that this document is signed. It's our policy that, it's our policy that. So that works well with you. That should work well with you also. So hopefully that gives you a real big starter for time management. I might build this into a unit and put it into the recruitment course that I'm building for services to use with educators. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, stay in touch. I've got a whole lot more information down here below in the description. Where to go for additional resources or anything I can recommend for you. I'll put some additional resources in here for you and see how you go. All right, have a great day. See ya. Bye.